Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, like the content, please hit that thumbs up. So today we're going to be working on this Cub Cadet, and I'll tell you what we're getting into here in a second. Alright everybody, so this is what we're going to do today. We have the mower and we have this big box of goodies. So today we are going to install the 2-bag bagger system on our ZT1 54-inch Cub Cadet mower. So I've seen plenty of people say it takes about an hour to do this, so we're going to get into it and just see what it takes, and I will show you or tell you what's going on as we do it. So we'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I did not show an end process, how it all goes together, but alright, so I'm going to stop the video because I realized after I was making it that I did not explain this very well. So I'm going to try to go through this one more time. So you have to take the bolts out of this bracket and then reuse them after you put this little elbow bracket in here. Then you bolt this plate to this, and then after you do that, then you bolt this assembly to this bracket. So that's pretty easy, and the instructions do a pretty good job of that, but I just wanted to go through that one real quick. I'll be back in a second to go through the rest of it. Okay, so as you can see, I've got this on. So this part just clips on here. So it just clips around that pipe. And then both the bags just kind of set. They wrap around this leg and are held into place. So we're going to put the top cover on, and I'll show you how to do that here in a second. So I set the cover on. And you're going to line up this to make sure it's locked. Then you have this pin. It's got a point on one side and it's flat on the other. And you're going to have to kind of worm it through. You can kind of see that hole right there. And then there's holes throughout this whole piece. I can't do this and hold the camera at once, but you kind of got to snake it through all these different locations to let that, and then this flat part sets up against this edge. So I will show you that in a second. So you got to kind of raise and lower this a little bit, but you can see it goes through here. So there's a metal tab, goes through the hook or the plastic of this, sets on these two plastic things, goes through this plastic, and then in through this joint right here. And that's what allows you to rotate this up and down. And then you want to make sure that this keeps it from popping back out. But that's how you install that lid. Alright, so now we are going to put the first hard plastic scoop on. So there's a real plastic thing you got to pull off of this thread. And then this hole here is where that goes. And you got to bolt that bracket on. It does not come that way. So this is kind of easier with two people, but what you got to do is you got to basically lift this up and then kind of feed all that in that hole and over that, and that's where it sits. So I will do that and be right back. It's kind of like that. So that slides in there, that goes over that, this kind of holds that up, and then they give you a little wing nut that goes on this to kind of hold it all together. And then we are to the tube. Okay, so like I said, the instructions aren't that great. They don't even tell you about this piece. You have to thread this on one end of the tube, and they don't tell you to do that. They show this already installed, but it's not. So you thread that on, and then you come up here with that end disconnected, and you thread this end into here, and that's basically what holds this together. So that's way better explanation on how to put this together. So back to what I said a minute ago. All right, the other thing I forgot to mention is you have to bolt all these weights together on here, and then this bolts to the bracket, and then you have to bolt these arms on here. It's a counterweight for the weight of the leaves in the back, so I forgot to discuss that as well. You need to do that too. I did take it out for a test drive, and other than all the dust, it did suck up all the leaves, so it accomplished the mission that we bought it for. It does get jammed up every time you stop and empty the bagger, but I mean, that's, unless you're running over no leaves, that's just what's going to happen. So anyway, this video is done. The directions were fair, I guess, to be fair about it. I mean, they told you how to do it, but the illustrated pictures really sucked. So you kind of read between the lines when you're doing this and kind of figure it out. So, but anyway, it's done. It works. So that's what I needed it for, and it's going to work. So this video is going to be done. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, like the content, please hit the thumbs up, and like always, share. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.